Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm showing you how to create an OpenAI chatbot in 2024. So this is the latest release of the ChatGPT, all the OpenAI API. And so if you've watched previous videos and you've tried to follow along with the tutorials, I'm sure you realize that it wasn't working because a few things have changed. So this is the latest, and as you can see, I'm importing OpenAI. Well, before that, there are three. So there are three different chatbots, and so each one grows in functionality. So this is the bare minimum, and this is code that you will just get from the OpenAI API docs. And I've just added a few things, but mostly this is just what you'll get. So first of all, you want to get your API key. To get that, you come to this URL, and you should be able to register if you haven't yet registered, and you generate an API key. All right. So if you have your API key, you put it in here, and this is a small function that will generate a response depending on a prompt. All right, and then it will return the response. So the previous version of the API was working different here, but this is now the latest, and this is a path to the actual content of the response, as you can see. So I'm saying while true, and if the user input, so while true, get the user input, and if the user input is not quit or exit, generate a response depending on the user input. So this is a function that I just created here. And so with this, let me just clear my terminal and show you how this works. Sorry. Okay. All right, so with this, if I run this, you'll see that this particular chatbot is limited because it has no memory of what you have asked it before. So for example, if you're asking a few things on ChatGPT, you may want to prompt it, depending on the response that it has already given you. But this doesn't do that. This is just a one-off. So if I run it, you'll see. And so let me ask. And so it takes some time, like you've seen, because so you see, this is a response that I get after saying, give me 3 important fruits. So let's say I want to ask it again, depending on the answers it has given me. It will not be able to do that because it won't remember these answers. So you see, it doesn't recall what I asked before. So I'm just going to exit the program and go to the second one. So let me first clear my terminal so that you guys see everything clearly. So this is the second one, and now you don't need Gradio. Gradio will be used in the third one, and I'll show you what it does. So you're importing OpenAI from OpenAI, and you insert in your API key, And so you create an array of messages. And so this means that every time you query it, it is going to append what you've asked, as you can see here. So this is a prompt. And every time you prompt it, it will store this message in the array. And so that way it is able to recall, and it is able to give you more answers depending on the response it has already given. So this is my while loop. This is basically the same thing as the former one. And you're getting the input. Okay, so you're appending it to the messages array, and then you're getting the response, and you're storing the response in the reply variable, and then you append the previous response it has given you. You append it back to the messages. Why? Because you want to keep querying the same response it has given you. So let's say I just ask it the same thing. Oh, sorry, let me first run it. Okay, so hello, how can I help you today? And I'll say, so you remember we asked this in the previous chatbot. So let's see this. Okay, so yeah, asking it 3 important fruits, then it gives us apples, oranges, and berries. So let's ask it what was the second one, and it should know that the second one was oranges. Okay, so you see the second fruit mentioned was oranges, and it gives reasons. Of course, that is just ChatGPT, and then we can ask it so we want to see if it remembers what was the third one. So that's berries. So it should give us answers about berries. All right, so you see berries, including strawberries and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so now you get it. So this one, you're able to query it, and it gives you responses depending on what it has already given you, because it stores each response back into the messages array. So just exit that. Oh, sorry. Put in quit. All right, so go ahead, clear my terminal. So you can see how that one works. And so the third one is basically the same thing. But now the third one is we are adding Gradio. We are adding the Gradio package. And so this package helps to create an interface that you can use to see all to share your chatbot. So for example, if you're creating this for someone and they need to see how it works, you're able to send them, because with this one, there's no way you're going to tell a client, you're just going to send a client a Python file and tell them to run it. They probably don't know anything about running anything in the terminal. So this is what you want to do if you're going to share it with someone or a friend. And so to do that, you import the Gradio package, and it's basically the same thing. However, with this, we are just initiating it with functionality. So we are telling it that you're going to be working as a financial advisor, and you can change this. You can say you are a lawyer, and so you're going to ask it, and it will give you responses as if it was a lawyer. So I mean, for anything really. So that's it. And this is a function that I'm calling financial advisor. And it takes in questions as parameters. And so what we'll do is every question that you ask, it will append it to the messages array, because you want it to have a memory of what you've asked, of what you've asked before and its response before. So you generate a response and you store the response in the device. And so after that, the response that it has given you, you append it back to the messages array, and then you return the device, which is the response. And so the only thing you're going to do here is to add the Gradio interface, as you can see. And then you pass in the function, and this is just a title that you're going to give this particular interface, or the form as you're going to see it. So this particular one, I'll first remove this so that you see it. So let's run this and see how it looks. All right, so this gives you an IP address that you can use to see it on your machine. So if I click on that, you can see we are here. And I can just ask it the same thing. And so you can see right here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, because this is a financial advisor, but yeah, well, you can see it went ahead and gave me a device on fruits. Of course, it is chat GPT, but you can also see it tells you that while I'm a financial advisor, I'm not a nutritionist, because it knows it's a financial advisor, and we specified that right here. So let's ask it things that it knows, all right? Okay, let's say you're an ambitious money saver. All right, so here is your answer. And so I want to see that it remembers this response, and I'm able to query against this response. And I will ask it what was the second one. So right here. And so you can see it remembers to cut expenses, and then it gives you reasons and whatever it is that you want. So that's it. But then this only runs on your machine, because as you can see, this is the IP address. What if you just want to share it with a friend? So what you'll do is you'll come back to this. I want to first stop it from running. And it also shows you that to create a public link, set share equals to true. And so you do that right here. And so I'm going to run it again. And it should give me an IP address to run to check it out on my machine. And then it will give me a public link, which is what you see here. So if you copy this, right, and you just send it to someone either on WhatsApp or on their phone, they are able to just use that link, put it in a browser, and if they click that, then they are able to get this interface that we've seen before. And this is your heading, and then the questions that you want to ask. So it's a financial advisor, and so all right, so you can see it is giving you answers. And like I said before, it recalls, it has memory, so you can ask more or prompt it more on, the same thing that it has given you. For example, here, well, so you can see it is giving me responses depending on the previous response that it gave. So that's it. That's how you do it. This is how you would share. You just get this link and share it with anyone that you're trying to create this chatbot for. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.